that as long as you continue to use porn and wish that you could use women the same way, your heart is unregenerate, and you also need Christ and prayer to overcome the sin in your heart.
It's cool that she's pointing this out. Here's my problem though. You got drug users and drug dealers. I hate that Christian women only point out the drug users and not the drug dealers. The women on OnlyFans and women creating pornography and the women on all these sites and the women doing all this flirtatious, goofy stuff that you see on X and TikTok where they gotta show they bum cheeks every time you turn around. You need to call out them, in fact, in my opinion, even more than the men. Because the men are the ones who are addicted. And men, we do have a need for sex. I don't care what anybody says. We have a need for it. And from the time I was young, I was made. I did not go searching for this stuff. It was broadcast to me at a young age. And women have constantly been broadcasting this stuff to men like myself. Even though I'm married, every time I turn around, I see some stuff I don't want to see. So when are you going to hold these drug dealers accountable for the drugs they're dealing in your community? When? Are you even doing it at equal rates? Because I don't hear a bunch of discussions from a lot of Christian women about, yeah, these women need to stop slutting themselves out. They have unregenerate hearts. They're trying to get young men to engage in straight up adult material at a young age. I just saw a video and this is kind of sick. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna describe it to you because I can't show it. I was scrolling through X and I saw these e-girls, right? E-girls and typical e-girls with some dude like Jack Dorothy, where you got an e-girl, right? And you got this dude who's like an influencer and he's streaming from his room. And this is two separate cases this happened. Thank God it didn't show anything, but I was like, what is the fuss about this video? And this is what it was, okay? You got this guy and he's an influencer and he brings these OnlyFans girls on. And if you know anything about influencers, their crowd and the people that watch them, their audience is anywhere from like age 6 to 16. They're young boys. And they bring these OnlyFans girls on. And so what happened is the OnlyFans girl, she's sexually dancing on top of him, not showing anything. She's obviously clothed. But what does that do? And it gets worse because, okay, you're thinking young boys are watching this and they know young boys are watching this. So what do? They keep upping the ante. And what this girl did was she was like, oh, you know what? Me and my friend can go under the table while you still stream. And keep in mind, she's mic'd up. And so you hear all these sexual noises as she's orally going on this young man while he's streaming to young kids. And this didn't happen once. It happened with another producer who tried to copy the other one too. And they were talking about, oh, they were banned on Twitch for this type of behavior. They should be arrested for that. They should be arrested for that. And I'm talking about the men and the women because what's happening is the men, the influencers, they're the channel that got banned. The OnlyFans girls who came on his channel, nothing happened to them. And you want to tell me that we're holding people accountable to the same degree? These women are going to go find another influencer that they can orally get down on. No shame. And no women will call this out to the degree that's necessary because they're too soft. But then when I do it, or Andrew Wilson does it, or somebody else does it, we're bad guys. We're too harsh. But you ain't gonna do it, so shut up and get out the way while we do it.